Hello everyone, this is Carla and welcome back to the studio, and happy Independence Day to those of you watching that are from the United States. So today I am going to be creating three projects, three cards that have that whole 4th of July theme to them. So the products that I'm going to use for my projects today is the Light the Sky bundle. So there is the photopolymer stamp set. Now in this stamp set, you see there's fireworks, you see there's greetings for like a Happy New Year, a congratulations for your big day. And really the only greeting that we could really use for these cards would be let's celebrate. But it's fireworks and that's what 4th of July is known for. So I will be using the stamp set along with the coordinating Light the Sky set of dies. Now these are still available. You can find these in our online exclusives in our online store. I will also be using the Stitched Stars dies. Now there's all these dies here and most of these dies here have some stitching on it. I'll be using this for our projects today as well. These are currently not available. These have retired. I am also going to use the Wanted to Say dies. I'm going to use the one that says Celebrate. So there's the base piece of this, so more like of an outline, and then you have the more of a detailed piece that then lays over the top of that. These are still available. These, I believe, are in the new catalog. They're either in the new catalog or they're in with the online exclusives. I'm not sure 100% where they are, but these are still currently available. I'm also going to use a retired embossing folder. This is called Lucky Stars Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. So I really like the whole idea of the stars, so we're going to use that on one of our cards. And then this is our current Regals 6x6 Designer Series paper pack. This does have Blueberry Bushel and Real Red in it, and those are the two colors that we're going to use in one of our cards. So let me bring in the pieces for my first card. So we're definitely doing the red, white, and blue for these cards. Now in advance, I went ahead and did all of my die cutting. So I'm not going to have so many parts of this video where I speed it up and I add music to it. There will be a little bit in the next card that we do, but in advance I wanted to do all of my die cutting. So I have for my card base a piece of Real Red. This measures 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it at 4.25. I have a 5.25 by 4-inch piece of basic white. And then I got scraps of Real Red, basic white, and Blueberry Bushel. And I went ahead and I die cut this, I can talk. I die cut these using the Stitched Stars set of dies. So I'm going to start off with folding and burnishing my card base. And I will set that aside. And then I'm going to bring in this piece of basic white. And I have my one firework stamp. Words are hard when you start recording, I'll tell you that. And then I'm going to use that greeting from that stamp set too that says let's celebrate. And so I'm going to start off with my Blueberry Bushel ink. And I am going to stamp the let's celebrate right down in the bottom right hand corner of my basic white cardstock. And then I'm going to bring in Smoky Slate. And I'm also going to bring in a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to stamp off. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I'm going to stamp off. Let me see how dark smoky slate stamps. Okay, it's not too bright, so, or not bright, dark. So I can stamp this straight on my cardstock. So I'm going to add 3 of these. Let's see, I'm going to put this one right down here. And then I'm going to add another one right over here. Okay, so that's all the stamping that I'm going to do on this card. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to take this piece and my seal, and I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of this. And put it on my card base, like so. Okay, and then on these pieces, I'm going to adhere these stars together, and I'm going to adhere them using my Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to literally pop every layer of these up. Let me add this, and I'm also going to bring in my mini dimensionals as well. So I'm going to add some on the back of all of these. Okay, I'm going to remove my paper backings. Okay, and then I'm going to take my star and I'm going to place that right in the middle. So I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so I make sure I get in the middle here. Okay, and then let me bring in my mini dimensionals. And I'm going to add some on here. Okay. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to just center it right in the middle of my real red star. And then I'm going to add some of my minis onto my white one here. Two more. And I'll remove these paper backings. Okay, and then I'm going to place this one right in the center of my blueberry bushel star, like so. Now for a little bit of bling, I'm going to bring in my rhinestone basic jewels. These 2 are in our current catalog. And I'm going to take 3 of my larger ones and I'm going to place them right in the center of the 3 fireworks I have on my background. Like so. So there is our first card. On to our second. Okay, so for my second card, I have a piece of basic white thick. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored it at 4.25. I have another piece of basic white. This measures 5.25 by 4. Then out of that Regals 6x6 DSP pack, I have used the Real Red and the Blueberry Bushel colors. So I have two pieces. These are two different patterns. So in the pack of paper, there are four sheets of each color, and there's a total of four different patterns. So out of each of the patterns, I have two pieces that measure 5 inches by 3/4. I have two more of the Real Red. These both measure 2 3/4 by 3/4. And then out of the Blueberry Bushel, this piece measures 2 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to first take my card base and I'm going to fold and burnish this. Let me bring in my foam folder. And I'm going to set that aside. And then for these pieces here, I'm going to create my flag. And there's actually a piece that looks like is missing that I thought I cut out ahead of time. And I'm not seeing it, so we may have to grab a scrap piece, and it looks like we may have to die cut another piece because I don't see it anywhere. We're missing our star. That's what I don't see up here. So let me go ahead and kind of assemble this, and then I will definitely go and find that piece. All right. So I want to take this piece here. I'm going to add some of my seal, and I'm going to line this up down near the bottom, and I do want to create the border. Move that down just a little bit. I want to move that down a little bit more. Okay, try that again. Okay. Add that there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the other piece here, add some adhesive to that. But what I want to do first, I'm going to take this piece of Blueberry Bushel, and I'm going to add this up here in this corner here. Try and get it lined up. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to place that down right here. And then I'm going to take, let's see, want this piece here. And I'm going to add this one. I'm going to try and have it lined up. Okay, and then my last piece. I'm going to add that one right here, like so. Okay, so we've created our flag. So for the next step, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to die cut another one of those, of one of these stars, one of these white ones that I will fit in this piece right here. And then before I attach that and I adhere everything together, I am going to take this whole piece here and I'm going to run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using the Lucky Stars embossing folder. So with that, I will be right back. Okay, so let me bring in my pieces. It turns out I did not have to die cut another one of these stars because this star was actually in the package of my last card. So this star here, this is basic, done out of a piece of scrap, basic white, and I used one of those smaller of the stitch stars. So I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to add my adhesive to the back. And I'm going to place this on in the center of my card base, like so. And then I'm going to take my star here and I'm going to add some of my mini dimensionals to the back of this. I'm going to add like 3 of them to it. And I'm going to remove these paper backings. The idea for this card came off of Pinterest. It was actually something that it was like a stitched type of piece that somebody was selling on their in their Etsy store. And I just recreated it using paper and an embossing folder. Okay, so that's it on this card. I didn't add any bling to this one. I just thought this one just really came out really cool. So on to our second card. Well, no, actually our third card. Okay, so for my third card, I have a piece of blueberry bushel. This measures 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. I have another piece of blueberry bushel. This measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I had already in advance die cut the firework image from this die here. So this particular die, it doesn't cut out an actual firework like this one would cut out the stamped image. This just cuts out just those inner parts. So then I have a piece of, this is basic white. This measures 4 3/4 by 4. This will actually fit right behind this piece so you can see the firework. In advance, out of a scrap piece of real red and basic white, I had die cut that celebrate die. So you can see I used the real red for that background piece, and then the more detailed celebrate word, I die cut that out of basic white. Now before I die cut this, I did put some adhesive sheet on the back of that basic white before I die cut it, so then that way I could just stick it down to my real red. And then I have, let's see, then I also die cut the set of white stars. Now these came out of the wanted to say dies, so they are right here. And then now this isn't a Stampin' Up item, it's just something that I found when I was out in Hobby Lobby. I have this little flag pick right here, and these are actually 4th of July cupcake picks. And again, I did get these in Hobby Lobby, so any flag type of cupcake pick or whatever will work for this. So to start off, I am going to fold and burnish my card base. And let's get my bone folder here. Okay, and then I am going to bring in my glue, and I'm going to bring in some of my liquid glue, and I'm going to want to add some just in places where I'm going to have this stuck down. And I want to try not to get any glue in these cutout pieces. Just want enough to where this white piece of cardstock will be held behind it. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this piece and place this right over the top of that. Okay, I'll flip that over. I had a little bit of glue that came out. That'll wipe off easily. Okay, so then I want to take this little grouping of these white stars, and I'm going to add just a little drop on these. Probably got too much on that one. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this right in the corner like so. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. Now what I'm going to do for the back of this, I'm going to use my edge pieces. So let me bring in my snips with my really, really cute flag star scissor fob. And I'm going to cut this up. And I'm going to use these pieces because we're not going to waste anything. We're going to use, they're just as good as the actual little dimensional pieces. And I have this one over here. This one right over on this side. And then let me bring in a new sheet of my dimensionals, and I'm going to place some in the middle so we don't have a saggy middle card. Okay. And then I'm going to remove all these backings. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my card base. And there's not much of a border, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to center this on my card base like so. And then I'm going to take, let's see, what do I want? I want another 2 dimensionals. And I'm actually going to put that on the back of my flag. And then on my celebrate, I'm going to add a few dimensionals to the back of this. And I think I'll be able to do this using these larger ones. And my grid paper wants to move. not stick down. Okay, so actually I want to just use those because that's going to go over the top of that flag. Okay, so then I'm going to take the dimensionals off the back of this flag, and I'm going to place that right over here. And then I'll remove the dimensionals off of my Celebrate. And again, I only put them on the ends because I'm going to take this and I'm going to place this right over the top, like so. Then I'm going to bring in my rhinestones. And on these, I'm going to use the large ones again. And let me bring in my Take a Pick tool. And I'm going to add a few onto here. One more right there. And then I'm not done with the bling. I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to add some onto these little stars down here. A little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to brush some and try and get it only on the white part here of my Celebrate. Looks like I'm getting it on the red part, but that's okay. I mean, actually, let's just put some on all of it. Move this down. Press that down. Okay, so there we go. There is our third card. So no stamping on our two cards. We just used the die cuts to create our cards. So let me bring in the other ones that I created. So we did this one here with the stitch stars and some of the stamped fireworks in the background. And then I created this piece flag using the Regals designer 6x6 designer series paper. This is in our current catalog. This is the new pattern that we have for this and next year. And then I did this blueberry bushel one with the Celebrate and just utilized one of those flag cupcake picks. So happy Independence Day, everybody. That is here in the U.S. I hope you're having a wonderful day and you are celebrating this day with family and friends. And actually, I just will move this out of the way. So I hope you're enjoying the day with family and friends, and you're staying cool, because I know some places, some areas, it's pretty hot out, and that would be where I'm living here in Memphis. It is hot out there. So if you like today's projects, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. It does help me in not only growing this channel, but also in building my Stampin' Up! Business. So I thank you everyone for watching the video, and I have another one coming out today. So it being that this is Thursday, July 4th, I also have my Throwback Thursday video that will be coming out as well today. So keep an eye out for that. I will be featuring the Circle Sayings bundle that the stamp set actually just recently retired with our last catalog. So that will be the next video today. And then tomorrow, Friday, July 5th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be going live and I will be featuring the Sketched Butterflies bundle. So enjoy your day, everyone. Happy 4th and be blessed. See you later. Bye bye.